Here now, Florida Congresswoman Maria Salazar, who sits on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congresswoman, I want to touch on the border, but first, just get your reaction to what's happening in Afghanistan, especially for women and girls.
We're sending, thank you very much, and I agree with everything you're saying, and we're sending one message, that being an ally of the United States of America is a very dangerous proposition. So just think about that. We have been the benchmark, political benchmark, social, religious, for the rest of the developing world. And what are we saying now to them? But not only to the Afghans, we have sent the same message to the Cubans and to the Nicaraguans and to the Venezuelans and everyone else who is looking at us as the beacon of hope, that they want to imitate the American exceptionality. We're saying to them, no, we're not available. So what will they do? Look at the other actors, Russia and China.
Congresswoman, I'm going to play a short clip from you for Joe Biden and get your reaction to that on the other side.
Do you have plans to visit the southern border?
I've been there before, and I haven't. I mean, I know it well. I guess I should go down, but the whole point of it is I haven't had a whole hell of a lot of time to get down.
I've been there before, so why go back? If he were to go back, what would he see, Congresswoman?
Well, I thank you very much for the opportunity, and I want to tell your audience that if there is one community that is paying a very high price for that attitude, is the brown community, the one that I represent. The brown, the Latino, the Hispanic, any way you want to call us, the largest minority in the country. Why is that? Because what's happening at the border, the Biden administration has not been able to control it. And we're paying the high price because the drug dealers, the child sex traffickers, the coyotes, the bad actors that are coming in through the border that are not being vetted are winding up in our neighborhoods. But even more important than that, or as equally as important, the urgent has overshadowed the important. What's important? The fact that you have 11 million plus people who have been in this country waiting to get right with the law, that have not been able to, and that they're waiting in darkness. And because what we are having at the border takes all the attention away, those people, the dreamers, the DACA, the TPS, their parents, they have been waiting. Now they're back in the shadow and with no hope of coming out. The Biden administration and the Democratic Party once again is playing political football with my community, because they have promised for 30 years that there is going to be an immigration reform law, and there is none. And unfortunately, right now, we're being dropped again. We're being forgotten once again, because they know, the Democratic Party knows, and we in Congress know very well, that they do not have the votes to pass an immigration reform law. And what is it that the Senate is trying to do? Sneak it in through the reconciliation, immigration. But the parliamentarian has told them that it can't be done. So we have to do an immigration reform law, but now it's impossible. So you understand that we are the one paying the highest price, because we have millions of people that have been promised, specifically the dreamers, that they are going to have dignity to live freely in this country. I'm not talking about path to citizenship. I'm talking about dignity, and that is the law that I'm going to be presenting in the near future. And may the Lord Almighty help me give some dignity to the people who have been waiting. And at the same time, seal the border. Close it, because we do not want to come in illegally. We want to come legally and help the country, not necessarily have a government handout. We want to have the opportunity to live in dignity, those who are coming in and those who have been here for years to come, or for many years, I should say.
Congresswoman, I hate to be cynical, but it's the only way I know how to be. For years and years, it seemed to me like Democrats benefited more from the issue than the solution. But you have proven that Republicans can win in communities of color, and they can win among voters of color. So is that why the Democrats are trying to jam this through reconciliation? Because the gig is up? People want solutions and not the issue anymore?
Because the Democrats feel that they own us. And no one owns the Hispanic community, the largest minority in the country, 20% of the population of this country. And unfortunately, the Democrats, once again, they feel that we're going to be voting for them because they are the ones that talk to us. But it's time, and that's why I'm bringing the Dignity Act. It's time for us to send the message to the Dems that they cannot play political football anymore, that they need to come to the table, and they need to bring a solution that will give us the opportunity to live in peace, to contribute to this country, to be able to go back and bury their dead and come back and not be deported and raise our American children and not commit a crime. Because those who commit a crime do not have a chance to be an American, or will not have a chance to be an American.
Congresswoman.
So I know they're telling me that I have to go, but I'm sure that I'll be able to talk to you more another
We'll
time.
have you back. Thank you. And thank you for spending part of your Sunday with us.